Welcome to Max's Midnight Movies. Tonight, we'll be looking at the intergalactic battle of the races. Midnight movie aliens can be broken down into two distinct categories. First, there are the aliens who are nothing more than mere killing machines. Often these deadly creatures are sent hurtling through space, only to land somewhere in Southern California to mess up some teenager's pool party. Not very smart. But then even the smart aliens in Midnight movies are never really that clever. And they can't wait to tell their human counterparts how superior in intelligence they are. Observe.
That is not the moon. That's a lump of chewing gum wrapped in a sticking plaster someone found in the bottom of a crate back in 1967. That was the year the movie They Came From Beyond Space was made. At the point that we join the story, 3 Earthlings are brought before leaders of an alien supreme race. That's one of Max's biggest dreams. But anyway, this alien bunch of Supremos have been hiding out on the dark side of the moon, along with Nazis and some very nasty-looking lizard creatures.
Silence! Slaves do not speak without permission in the presence of the master of the moon.
In the context of this film, this is like, considered an action sequence.
Believe me, I am not your slave. If you should conquer and rule the earth, there will always be some who will fight against you.
Conquer and rule Earth? Why should we want to do that? What possible satisfaction or glory could we find in ruling a race whose most intelligent life force is little more than primitive savages compared with our vast knowledge?
Okay, Mr. Alien Overlord, so you're an egghead. But there's no reason to be a show-off about it. Later in the show, we'll see what happens when the superior alien brain is tested against human brawn and They Came From Beyond Space. Now it's time to flash forward a decade to 1977. The film is the Italian Star Wars, entitled Cosmos, War of the Planets, and it's molto di moda, as they say in Italy. Not that I give a brischetta. Let's join the specimen aboard the spaceship MK-31 as they descend toward a mysterious dark planet.
Shades of the first Ridley Scott alien film, which came out just 2 years later. They are answering a distress call that may also be a death trap.
Activate vaporizers, damn it!
Activating vaporizers is a standard procedure on a planetary descent. You think he'd know that by now. Oh, cool blue liquidy-looking planet, what terrors and delights do you hide neath your cosmic glow?
It's increasing. There's no way now to stop the fall.
Hey, listen, I'm Italian too, but I just happen to have this cool American accent that makes me sound like a voiceover on a TV commercial for aftershave.
It's too late, Captain. We've had it.
That vaporizer still can stop us.
Was it good for you? Yeah, the planet moved, baby. Anyway, as you will not be surprised to hear, the ship eventually manages to land on the planet's surface after solving some technical problems. Yeah, fricandizing the mixtomizer, I think they said. Anyway, at this point, some of the Italian astronauts, you can call them Italian specimen, get separated, and before you know it, lost. Oh, ow! But in a universe full of uncertainties and the unknowable, there's one thing you can be sure of. That is, if you're wearing a ridiculous red hat and a tight white jumpsuit, you're going to get a lot of unwanted attention. Yeah, you wear an outfit that silly, even in the furthest reaches of the galaxy, someone is going to come along and have something to say about it. Someone or something. Look out! Here it comes, moving robotically towards him, with the inevitability of impending doom. This is Alien Robot. He is all of those things and more. Yep, the toaster and grill on legs is not turning back. And this guy is toast, all right. Or soon will be. Oh, stop your whimpering. It's not too late to say you tripped and fell overboard into the lifeboats, Captain Courageous. Then again, maybe it is. Crybaby. No one said it was going to be a picnic out there on the last frontier.
Who's that?
That's Jack's voice.
Stay where you are. Now we're going to split up into 2 groups.
Right, splitting into 2 groups. The Bee Gees and Hot Chocolate, maybe?
No heroes. We'll find him.
And so, the Super Troopers go looking for signs of intelligent life. Not too intelligent, hopefully. They don't want to be outclassed. Now, here finally is the welcoming committee they've been waiting for. This is all very well and good, but isn't it about time some kind of fight broke out? Ah, there you go.
Release them.
Interspecies relations gets off to a good start.
Strangers. My voice is pure.
He looks a bit like the Emperor from Star Wars. Remember, this flick came out the same year as George Lucas's film.
It's us. Our brainwaves make the telepathy become sound.
My race was great once. The machines served men, and my people were happy. Then the huge machine stole the command from me, and we became slaves. All this before the great explosion. I am talking about an atomic catastrophe. Its survivors, as you see, have regressed to an animal state. Strangers, Amok knows why you have come to this planet.
We were just on vacation, and they say Nibiru 23X is nice this time of year.
Captain, can you hear me? Maybe they don't know about the rest of us. We could attack them from the rear.
Attack from the rear?
Yeah,
you're wicked. You are really nasty.
Guns.
Don't worry about us. Repair the generator.
You have to admit, for 1970s movies about a spaceship commander investigating an out-of-control planet where he discovers a computer controlling an underground civilization, Cosmos War of the Planets really kind of sucks.
No. The immortal monster has killed your companion. Many of us have died. The Black Peril kills all those who dare to go out of the caves. We cannot do a thing against him. We can only hide in the innermost recesses of the planet.
Listen, I think they're sincere. And if we help them, sir, I think it could be the answer to all their problems.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea. We'd like to help you fight your enemy. Can you tell us where he is?
Turn right at the Volcano of Hate, past the River of Poison, turn left again, then right again, and keep going until you reach the Death Lava Hot Pools. Then straight ahead till you see the signs of a vanquished civilization, then pull over at the nearest rest area and have a picnic. Thank you. You have been very helpful.
Sage Amok says that in the Shining Cave there's the monster. Amok recounts that the great death came from him. The monster hates any people and kills them without pity.
This race was once a great civilization. In every way.
Cue the dramatic music. Aren't we the cultured one all of a sudden?
Earthlings, put down your arms.
I have a scary voice.
You must not disobey me. Earthlings, step forward. You have been brought here for a purpose, the most important task of your lives. Cooperate. Do not make me destroy you.
At this point, the supercomputer proceeds to explain his purpose in life and tells the specimen why they should repair his circuits. Meanwhile, the specimen are searching for a single red button. A red button that, if pressed, will destroy the evil supercomputer. How nice of the manufacturer to include a bright red off button. I want a refund. Let's take a look.
Captain, that red button there.
Shh, not so loud, it might hear us.
Hurry up, Earthlings. What's taking so long? I'm losing patience.
Kind of like space-aged floppy disks. He's a bossy supercomputer, isn't he?
Faster, Earthlings.
Yes, I am sure I want to exit without saving.
Hurry.
Every single sentence in all the music selections has some sort of sexual innuendo.
That's it. That's the one. Put it in.
Harder, faster, stronger.
I needed only that one circuit. Now I have all my power.
With all that power, the planet Earth will be destroyed. What the hell are you doing?
Consistent because script, special effects, costumes, music, and acting are all terrible. But call us depraved. That's what we're into around here.
Do you know what you're doing?
Have you heard about David and Goliath?
Who?
Yeah. Isn't that a men's only sauna on Alpha Centauri?
The whole story?
Eventually.
Hurry! The whole planet's crumbling!
The whole planet's growling? The Midnight Movie dialogue doesn't get too much better than this.
Conquered me, Earthlings. I am stronger than ever before. I will follow you to the ends of the galaxy and annihilate you!
Yeah, or right after I come back from the PC repair shop. Overweight robot with scary voice, suffer. You know, in intergalactic terms, this hard drive meltdown is considered quite important stuff. Then again, it's always evening in space.
Looks like it's the end of the information superhighway for the nasty old supercomputer. It looks that way, but looks can be deceiving. Just like you'd never guess that underneath this gorgeous exterior, I'm really just a quivering blob of green ectoplasm. You see what you want to see. And we'll see what happens at the end of Cosmos War of the Planets after the break. Hello again, Midnight Movie lovers. Tonight, we're lost in outer space in search of signs of life. Artificial or organic, intelligent or not intelligent, we're not picky. Whatever we can get. A recurring theme in the Midnight Movie universe is how aliens are subdued by machines. It's a warning to humanity not to fall victim to technology. Sort of like put your smartphone away before it puts you away. That sort of thing. Before the break, we were looking at the Italian Star Wars, the 1977 camp classic, Cosmos War of the Planets. Let's join the crew of the MK-31 as they make their way back to planet Earth.
I have a little surprise for the youngest member of your crew.
Oh, look, Peter, there's your baby. Oh, it's your baby. He's lovely. It's mine. Blue eyes. I can't believe it.
Okay, we get the point. We're all familia. Now get on with it.
Ask that hunk of metal if we're on the right course, and how long it'll take us to arrive.
Hunk of metal, huh? That's no way to talk about the ship's computer. Besides, it's not just a hunk of metal. There's plenty of perspex, and it's all got these cool flashing lights as well.
Direction, course exact. Estimated time of touchdown, 30 hours, Earthlings.
Sounds remarkably like the supercomputer they thought they destroyed back in Real 4. Spooky. Interesting plot device you see used in horror more than in sci-fi films, where the heroes spend the whole entire film working out how to defeat some evil foe, only for it to pop up again in the closing minutes of the film. Undefeated. Perhaps they were hoping there'd be a sequel. Oh, now this is awesome. That's a word I don't throw around that much, but this is like their psychedelic Stargate sequence, and it's tripping me out. Who's the blonde? I haven't noticed her before, and I would have. Poor old Captain Doofus, here still trying to figure it all out. Remember, in space, no one can hear you snore. Is that right? Or was that meant to be a scream?
Igor, he's not a doofus. He's hot. Let's go back in time to 1961. John F. Kennedy is the youngest ever American president, and astronaut Yuri Gagarin is the first human to make it into outer space. Some would say anyway. That same year, Barbie gets a boyfriend with the manufacturer of the first ever Ken doll. So let's take a look at a performance from an actor who has the emotional range of a Ken doll. Dean Fredericks in The Phantom Planet.
The film begins with a countdown. The opening of a new Apple computer store, perhaps? But I jest. More likely to be the launch of a spaceship. Unless, of course, it's... oh dear. One of those.
Since the splitting of the atom only a few decades ago, and through his God-given genius of science, man, at last, has succeeded in penetrating further and further into the unknown vastness of space. The moon
in spaceships made out of balsa wood?
For advanced exploration. From this pivotal point, astronauts, at the risk of their lives, set out to conquer nature's mysterious forces. Yet many questions remained unanswered. What is his Earth in relation to the inconceivable number of other worlds? Is his speed truly the fastest, his achievements the greatest, or is he a mere unimportant piece of driftwood floating in the vast ocean of the universe?
Very profound and philosophical, depending on what you sprinkled on your breakfast this morning.
Is it not possible that atmospheric conditions of relative environments control their shapes and forms? If so, would they be giants, or could perhaps the opposite be true?
The opposite to giants, so you mean, like dwarves. Or should we say the vertically challenged? Or should be called giants, the vertically unchallenged?
You are about to witness.
Yeah, yada, yada, yada.
The beginning.
Anyway, you know by now, in this show, we like to cut to the chase. And in Phantom Planet, the magnetic pull of an invisible asteroid draws an astronaut and his ship to its surface. After a bumpy landing on the asteroid, it naturally takes a moment or two for the astronaut to adjust to the atmosphere. Ah, Planet Leprechaun! You're among the wee people now. That's why you feel like you've been hit over the head by a Guinness factory. Kind of like someone around here I could mention last Friday morning. Bigora! Gives a whole new meaning to the phrase little green men, doesn't it? Well, you know what they say. It pays to blend in with your surroundings.
Want to become our size?
Whoa. No more shopping at Big and Tall for this guy. Apparently he's being miniaturized by the Phantom Planet's exotic atmosphere. Yeah, actor Dean Fredericks really gets cut down to size, doesn't he? Actually, Fredericks stood 6'2" and got a Purple Heart fighting in World War II. Does that music, like, weird you out? Also looks like he buck naked in there. Or maybe he just buck wild.
Let's go in again. Wait.
Anyway, so what does our all-American hero do? Faced by the prospect of the unknown, meeting an envoy of an alien civilization for the very first time? Why, attempt to suffocate them, of course. That's not what's going to win any alien leprechaun hearts and minds, is it? Oh, well. So, now the leprechauns take our scrappy all-American hero to their leader, where he soon finds out that life on the Phantom Planet may not be so bad after all.
Mr. B, I would like you to become acquainted with our ways. Later you may choose a wife.
What might they be?
Liana, or Zeta. Zeta cannot speak, but she is a fine woman.
Well, between the two, it would be difficult to make a choice.
Oh, please.
There's no problem. You may take your time, but once you've made your choice, remember, it must not be taken lightly.
You must be hungry. Come with me.
Liana.
Jealous?
Go now and learn our ways.
Sounds exciting.
And perhaps you may help us with our problems.
What a doormat. And so our hero finds himself dealing with jealous miniature alien women and unresolved sexual tension on the Phantom Planet.
Did you see him?
It was terrible.
But before you can say enough with the smoldering jealousy already, when do we get to see some proper alien monsters on the Phantom Planet? We're into Reel 4, and this hideously deformed creature has finally shown up. Underneath the suit is, wait for it, Richard Kiel, a midnight movie regular who went on to play the henchman Jaws in 2 of Roger Moore's James Bond films. Mind you, he did some lovely work in this picture, and what a fantastic alien monster costume. Looked like he's gone up to the bar to fix himself a drink.
Chapman. Yes?
Hello, looks like we've got company. You'd better make yourself scarce, Buster. Thank God everything is in black and white. You can blend in with your surroundings. By this point in the story, the manly and heroic captain has finally become fully assimilated on Phantom Planet and is even being groomed for leadership.
Are you all right?
But first, he'll have to prove himself against the terrible Solarite monster. Talk about a classic delayed reaction. But there we are with the obligatory scream. Easy there, Richard, easy. Almost spilled on the descent.
Hey, watch the planes!
Apparently, alien women from this period, the early 1960s, were much like their Earthling counterparts. When they were in trouble, they did nothing but scream. Now, provocate the monster. That's right, in another fantastic moment of contemporary dance. We are now interpreting Fight with Solar Monster, and suddenly... Tired of unwanted alien pests making a mess of your asteroid civilization? Install a handy one-touched operated vaporizer away and watch those aliens disappear in a haze of unfeasibility.
Ah! So as you can see, the life forms on the Phantom Planet ranged in intelligence. From really smart elder dude to screaming mute girl. From horribly costumed monster to jealous guys. Making for a pretty low median. Now let's go back to our first film, They Came From Beyond Space. As you'll recall, the aliens were boasting about their superior intelligence to their human prisoners. But what good does all that finesse and white face paint do in the face of double-fisted humans with guns and mirrors? Let's find out.
The very smartly dressed aliens are performing an illegal operation on a scientist from Earth, hoping to extract vital information from his brainwaves.
Stop!
Looks like a hairdryer.
Release him, or I'll destroy your leader.
Dude, I don't think those pants fit.
There are too many of us, both here and on Earth. You will never destroy us all.
We have viewers which can detect you, and guns which can destroy you and release the bodies of the victims.
We have ways of making you talk.
Then we have lost. We will die on a strange planet in a strange galaxy.
Oh, well, everybody seems quite forgiving.
It was not necessary for you to try to conquer and dominate. We would have helped you. All of us. You need only to have asked.
We need only have asked?
They need only to have asked. And that is one thing, my friends, that our alien robot nemesis will never learn. And it's lucky for us. Or is it? Anyway, Midnight Movie lovers, we'll see you next week, and until then, don't let the bedbugs bite. Unless you're into that kind of thing.